collections, and each one is a different color. They're so easy to grow. This to me is the quintessential like English garden plant, cottage garden plant, the plant that you think of like that your grandmother grew, but she didn't have a chance to grow this.
No.
This is truly better breeding.
Better breeding, yes. But let's talk just about irises for a minute, because they are, I think, one of those quintessential garden plants, because as gardeners, we love to share. That is one of the things that we do. I am constantly talking about plants, and not only am I talking about them, but I am giving plants to friends. And that's what the iris is really made for. So that is clumps right there. What you see is one plant that over 3 years you can divide into 3 plants.
Wow.
So this is really the secret
Look
here.
at that.
Isn't that beautiful? That these plants do something called naturalizing. They spread very gently, nothing that's going to take over your garden, but that you can now share plants with other friends. And I just love that about the iris.
So anybody can pretty much grow these. I like the
Yes.
fact that moist, dry, full sun to shade,
Yes.
like it's just an easy plant to grow.
So easy, but they are tougher. Some older versions of irises were susceptible to pests and diseases, but don't you worry, because we wouldn't get those kinds of iris. So that definitely, you won't have to worry about these. They also stretch the growing season. So you'll have bloom with this collection from early spring all the way through till about midsummer, which is really great too.
Actually, now that's different too, because that's a longer bloom time for an iris. So I'm very interested in that. That also is what the, like I always think of, and I know you talk about this, a bridge plant, because after our spring, like bulbs and stuff that stopped blooming, there is sometimes a little lull in the garden before your summer perennials and annuals really pop. This creates continuous color for months, really keeps it all going, right? So like right when you're like, oh, there goes all those daffodils, the late blooming daffodils, right? And my alliums are starting to go. Now I have these. Let's take a look at the images and walk me through, if you could, each one, because for someone who loves irises, this is going to be a real treat to have all 4 of these unique colors.
It is going to be.
And people are buying more than one, so don't wait.
Oh, good, because this really is going to be one of those plants that works in so many areas. You can tuck it in little areas of your garden. You are getting 2 of a purple hue. One is a little more blue than the other. I know for those of you, you're like, I see purple. But as gardeners, we always want something that's as close to blue as possible. And so you get those 2 more traditional colored irises, that purple blue. And then you get the 2 that you're really buying a collection for. You're getting that yellow, that butter yellow, that looks almost like a daffodil, but it is not, because it's coming out later than your daffodils. Wouldn't this be beautiful if you have
I was going to say,
daffodils?
could I plant this where I've planted my daffodils to keep them going? Okay, like the look going,
And then with Siberian irises, they have this very interesting, almost animal-looking face, I think.
So cool.
Yeah, the way they kind of have that, you know,
look
little
at this.
fall that comes down, like a little tongue that they're almost sticking out. And this one too. It is that dusty pink, a romantic pink that is brushed with yellow. It also has tinges of purple in the flowers as well. So this collection looks so beautiful together. You can see how dense they are there. So forget the weeds. The other thing is that this kind of grass-like foliage, unlike maybe some other irises you have grown, is going to last all summer long and be green.
I love that, because like as much as I love my daffodils, do you know what I really hate? The leaves that like you can't chop off because they need the nutrients, but they start to look dead in the garden. I'm always very appreciative when I have beautiful flowers that still leave behind a good looking plant, right? So that's what you're going to get here. Can we show what's going to ship? And if you do want these, we're doing them for 3 easy payments of $10.67, free shipping and handling. Do not wait. So these are good for people who don't want to really think too much about their plants once they get them in, right? Because you want to water that first season, but after that, they will take a moist or kind of dry.
Absolutely. I have an area that's kind of at the bottom of a slope, irises. I have a pond, irises. But also these particular irises do not need to be in a wet area. Some do, but these are so easy.
And I don't have to worry so much about full sun, right?
They can tolerate both. They love being under trees. They can play nicely with others. And the thing about us shipping you Bareroot,
because I had irises that I don't think they got enough light. I think there was too much shade. These would have been okay.
Yes, or too get too dry. These irises will tolerate that.
Maybe it's dry too, because I'm excited about this collection.
They're
I just had some
really
old school
easy.
irises that a friend gave me.
They're so easy to grow, and what I also love about the Bareroot is that you can now tuck them into places where you think, oh gosh, I only had mulch growing in that spot last year, or weeds took over that spot last year. So you can tuck these into different places in your garden.
Bareroot. This is not, I've ordered Bareroots from other online retailers, and they come like a pile of sticks and a bag of dirt. I can't even tell what's the Bareroot and what's the mulch. They stuck it in, and things are a mess.
Yes,
look at
look
this.
Fabulous.
These
so
are healthy.
These are the leaves that you want to leave above ground when we are planting them, and then that hairy part you put underground. I have a container here, which these would be totally fine in a container if that's what you want to do. And so look, I mean, I would probably do, in this size container, I would do 3.
Yeah. Perfect. And you're getting 4. So there you go. Let's take a look at these images one more time, because even if you grow irises, you don't grow these. It is a special collection, really proprietary to Cottage Farms, that you get these all together.
The way that these Siberian irises have that kind of fall. I mean, it is such a beautiful movement in the garden. Plus, you're getting longer bloom time with these. They'll bloom late spring after you said your bridge plant. So after some of your spring flowers have faded, these will come along and get you into summer with these beautiful colors that also, Sandra, make fabulous cut flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so all 4 Siberian irises, you're getting them home for 3 easy payments of $10.67. And then you buy these once, you have them for years, you can share them with your loved ones, and they can plant them as well. They're the plants that, like, I like plants that have babies. And then you can just keep giving them to other people, or of course enjoy them in your own garden. 3 easy payments of $10.67 with free shipping and handling.